no, for me, it's like I I don't think you should grow in less in the summer, but I think the way to make room is not to replant as much. Just let it go.
Mm.
Like I had 2 beds of squash and I just let it go. And then when it was done, I just let it be done. And those beds are
Yeah.
wide open. They're planted at this point. Cover crop, stuff like that. There's all kinds of different options, but there's a general feeling about like I have to plant now. I have to get it in the ground. We have to grow. We have to be producing. But at the same time, it's like, what are we sacrificing on the opposite
Mhm.
end, on the other side that you can't even see yet into the future? So it's just something to kind of think about. But I was just wondering if you thought that was the case, because I definitely think like you start out as like, oh, it's just a toss away season. But then once you start to see that success, you can go deeper and deeper into it and grow more and more. And it doesn't become a toss away. It can become whatever you want. But I think it gets more and more serious. And I know from our listeners, what we've seen is there's a lot of people who really, really look forward to growing in the fall. Like they
Yeah.
get genuinely excited about it, and they're ready because it's cooler, the crops are different, something different to look at. So,
If we had the at least three, maybe more, fall garden personas, right? Because you described it a little bit differently, which I definitely did connect with. Like if it does well, it does well. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So, kind of the almost reluctant, kind of fall gardener, giving themselves a lot of grace for what may or may not flourish. Then the folks that are just like, I'm done. I'm just tossing the entire garden year until next year. And I'll be super excited about starting my tomatoes in January. All right. And then you have the one that's like, this is it. Like, this is my time for my garden shine. Right. The irony is, I've been all of those gardeners.
yeah.
So it's, just because your perspective is one thing now doesn't mean that it hasn't been another and won't change to be another in the future.
Well, that's the benefit of it. You can change the way you want. All right.
Hmm.
So, the next one is as we get closer and closer to your date. So, Batavia, at the time of this recording, she's got 2 solid months of growing. And solid is loosely used here because we know it's not like fast, rapid growth, but still
Hmm.
no worries about cold, frost,
Yeah.
anything like that. But in the build up to that, it's important if you're going to use, and if you're growing a fall garden, you really should be using covers, low tunnels, anything like that. Get those ready early so you're not out there the day before the frost about, oh my God, I got to get out there. I don't have time to cook dinner. Just get this stuff out there, get it staged so that when it time comes, you can just plop it on and be done and move on with your day. But it's also important to understand how to use them and
Hmm.
what to use them on.
Yeah. I had a trusted gardener comment about my cucumbers. Everybody knows this every year. It's the same story. Listen to me next year. I'm bound to be different next year, but listen to me next year. It'll be the same story. At this point, I'm getting like kind of the bulk of my summer plantings. And so I said, if I can keep my cucumbers healthy for even just a couple more weeks, I can get another couple of weeks of fresh cucumbers. That'd be ideal. And they commented about some type of cover or protection for my cucumbers to get more out of them. And I can't even imagine like what that looks like because they're growing on a trellis. So I'm not talking about for this segment cover for summer plants, right?
No,
I know you're not,
no,
right? Yeah. So,
absolutely not.
so there is a question around, well, are we planting things that don't require cover? Some things can take a lot of cold temperatures, but even cold tolerant things have their limit, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's probably like kale and collards and maybe a handful of other like more obscure plantings that can absolutely take, the repeated freezes and frosts and all, but I don't know. I think I differ in your opinion. I don't think you have to have it, but I think your garden absolutely benefits from it. And even if you're not sure if you're going to use it, to your point, have the setup ready because the anxiousness and stress around it because oh, the weather person said it was going to get down to 40 at the beginning of the week. Now they're saying it's going to get down to 30. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been running out with blankets. That's been me.
I've done that before, and I mean, I don't think you. Maybe I shouldn't speak in such absolute sometimes, but that's just the way I am.
Oh, I love that about you.
I don't
That's a part of
think
why
you
we're so
have
different.
to, but I think that if you are growing and you really want to get some kind, maximize your potential harvest, there is no better thing you can do in the fall than give it more time, because the grow time on these plants right now is a lot longer. And to your point, so I was thinking about this when you were speaking too, Batavia. When your first frost comes, like very first one, are you rushing to go out and cover your plants?
Not my fall plantings. No,
No.
no.
So it depends on how my weather is going to be. If I
Hmm.
look at it and I say, "Hey, we're going to get a frost and then it's going to go right back up," I'm going to cover it because I don't want anything to stop, right? I want to keep everything going in the right direction. But if I look at it, it's going to get cool and stay cool, then I'll let it go, because that's the difference between your and my weather. We can get
Yeah,
30 degrees and then it'll be 50 degrees as it, low for the next 2 weeks. So we look ahead and say, okay, but yeah, I don't rush out really to cover them either, but those covers are still in place in case I decide to. But and covering a cucumber, like I don't even know what that would look like. It'd be a headache, covering tomatoes and stuff like that. I mean, the thing is how long are you prolonging it for at that point? You know what I mean? Like, what is your end game there? Are you trying to get another month, another week? What is it going to take? So I feel like it's like diminishing returns on the effort that you put out.
yeah. I was just looking back. I think last year, and again, no guarantee to repeat it. It looks like it was November the 20th ish was the first time we got below 32 degrees Fahrenheit here in Chicago.
Which is really late.
Yeah, really, it's weeks and weeks late. Because remember, I've been tracking it the years prior, and October 30th, 31st, November 1st, it was pretty spot on. Like that was the anticipated first frost date, and we got it. Last year was an anomaly.